this is the carburetor, top one, two of them, and then bottom two. And then before I can get to the carburetor here, I have to turn open the 4 screws, 4 nuts, 1 here, 2 here, 3 here, and then 4 there in the back. So I'm gonna do that now, counterclockwise. You can see that screw is backing out now. So I'm taking this screw out so I can take the air intake cover out, and then try to get to this to see what's going on there. Oops. Okay, counterclockwise. Here we go. That's counterclockwise. Okay, and then 4 over on the other side. Let's move over here. And that's one. It's the 3rd one. Oops. Put it into that blue pocket that I have there. Then this is the 4th one right here. This cover opens up. Okay, and that's the air intake plastic cover. Now, so I have 1, 2, 3, 4 screws to take this front thing out, and to try to see the carburetor behind it. But before that, I can yeah, you can see the carburetor gasket behind it. Let's do this. Again, it's counterclockwise. So that's 1, 2. Oof. There we go. And then 3. And then 4. I think I should turn it. Now I just turn the motor towards me, so it's much easier to work with. Counterclockwise. Okay, here we go. So these 4 screws and this front cover can sort of come out, but I want to disconnect. So now, yeah, I want to disconnect the throttle cover from the so I'm taking this screw down so I can release this plate from the I'm doing this is because my Johnson 90 horsepower recently, so this is the screw for connecting the, now that much disconnect the throttle cable and the gear cable from, and I think I should, well, okay, you can see that's still connected, so I'm gonna try to, yeah, my carburetor is leaking the fuel, the oil is leaking out from the front. Oh, I think I tear that apart. Take this. There we go. So that's the carburetor. So now I have this carburetor or this front cover almost disconnected. So almost disconnected it so I can get to the carburetor. You can see there's a tube connected underneath, and then there's also a few tubes connected. So you're gonna have to disconnect which is this tube, you know, this tube, and also this fuse tube, you know. But I think more importantly I should disconnect the bottom one. Let me see if I can. Oh, there's also this one connected from up here. This wire should connect, disconnect. Let me get a screwdriver. There we go. So the top one connect to the back of the solenoid, and then the bottom one connect to this one here. But before I do that, I want to disconnect this guy here. I don't know if I can easily disconnect this guy. It's kind of difficult. Wow. I think I can disconnect the one inside. Now, gotta disconnect this front. Whoa! Oh boy, I'm in big trouble. Now I just break this one. Dang! That's what happened when you... Here we go. Dang, I just broke this. I'm in trouble. Because I think the fuel, actually feeds in from, yeah, there's fuel that feeds in from here, and if this is crack, I'm in trouble. Dang. And instead, this is the one. I think this is the power. This is the power wire. Now that's off, and I can get to this easier, I think. Probably easier for me to get this off, and then I can get to that off of here. Now I can get to this easier. There's mosquitoes here. so harder. I don't know how this wire was put in, because I'm having so much trouble to get this wire off. Oh, finally. Dang. So I probably need to replace this carburetor at the very least. Now we can get to see the carburetor. I need to disconnect 1, 2, 3, 4. Not disconnect, but to unscrew the 4 knot on the top carburetor, and then unscrew the bottom 4 knot, and then I'll be able to disconnect the carburetor in there. But so that's the plan, to try to get to the bottom of this to see what's going on here. Okay, so let me take the open wrench to try to dismantle this. And I don't think the top carburetor and the bottom carburetor are connected, so I'm good. And just disconnect the top one first, and then disconnect the second, the bottom. Okay, this is the open wrench. I have to do this very slowly. So that's one. That's two. Gosh, very tight space. There's a very tight space to get to this. I think if I disconnect this guy, move this guy out of the way, I should be able to do it. Oh. Oh. What the hell? stupid thing is there too. Oh, what the hell? That thing is preventing this knot from coming out. I don't know if it's on purpose. I think it's on purpose, but why would they want to do that so that you can't remove this carb? That's kind of weird, bizarre. Anyway, I'm going to proceed. The bottom ones are kind of hard too. It's going to be doing the same thing down there. Wow. Make this mission impossible now, because this is stopped by this protruding thing here.